As many of you know, I'm Dr. Alejandro,
And I'm Dr. Emily.
and we're on a mission to rebuild chiropractic one partnership at a time.
We help chiropractors open practices, revive failing ones, and step into their true calling. This is the Path to Victory podcast.
What is going on, everyone? We're another episode of Path to Victory, and today I have the one and only Dr. Javi, or Javier. Do you go by Javi or Javier for the doctor portion?
I go by Javi. I think it's easier, Dr. Javi.
Dr. Javi. So, Dr. Javi, I've known him for a couple of years already, fellow Puerto Rican as well. So, more episodes are coming in Spanish. But this is super interesting. What we're going to do starting today, actually, is we're going to start a series. So, Javi is 90 days out of opening a clinic around that period of time, 90 to 120 days, ideally 90. And he's doing his internship right now. And then he's moving back to Florida to open. And that's what we're going to talk. We want to record all this journey because I wish I would have recorded. I wish Elon Musk would have recorded his success. I wish Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs would have recorded all their process. That way people know what they deal with on the daily. So we're going to start with Javi here today. Javi, just tell me a little bit about you. What are you doing right now in this situation of life? And what is your wife doing while you're in this process of life as well?
Okay, so what's up, guys? Excited to be here. It's gonna be awesome. I think this is gonna be a great resource for fellow chiropractors, chiropractic students, people that are questioning what to do. Right now, I am in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Like Dr. Alejandro said, I'm basically 90 to 120 days out to open my practice. It's interesting. My situation, I literally just got married 3 weeks ago.
Let's go.
Yes, we got married 3 weeks ago. And now I'm in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and then she is in Florida. So we decided because of our situation, we decided to split and separate our life for at least 3 months while I'm finishing the internship here, so she can start connecting with people and start to basically look for places, connect with people, realtors, and
That is so good, actually, that like just having a spouse that has your back and what's the best for you. Because like your spouse could be your best friend, it could be your worst enemy, So I tell people like you have to choose your spouse wisely. Alejandra, just to like say, hey, Javi, go for it. I have you here. That is insane, man. So Javi, right now, I know you have big goals. What does success look for you from now to 3 years from now?
So it's interesting. I have been battling a lot trying to define success because I was like, is it money? And I was like, no, for me, success is not money. Success for me is literally creating an impact in other people's life. So as of right now, I feel really successful. If I literally can help the person that is next to me to become better and achieve their goals, for me, that's success.
Mm-hmm.
So in 3 years, for me, I would like to create massive impact and basically be as a resource for those around me. If it's, I'm going to be in the Brevard County. I want to be the chiropractor for the whole Brevard County. You know what I mean? Eventually for the whole Florida state. So it's like trying to help as much people as possible.
And why did you choose Florida, the specific town that you chose?
Yes. So this goes back to a conversation that you and I had. I remember I was looking for a mentor, and I feel like it was God just put you in my life. And you mentioned first you need to define what are your core values. Okay. So like, what are you wanting in life? What you're gonna basically filter every decision that you have in your life that you're gonna take. Second, if I'm completely honest, you and we're from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And weather is a big determinator for any decision that I'm going to take, right? Because I was living in South Carolina, and this past winter was crazy. For me personally, for me to function properly and be as happy as possible, I'm a big believer that if you're happy where you are, you're going to perform to your highest, right? So in Florida was like, okay, weather is fine. It's easier for my family to travel to the state. So family is one of my core values, right? I was finding like eventually whenever we and Aleja and I we get, we build a family, we have kids. I wanted to raise my children in a place where like the school district is good. There's a potential to grow. So there's definitely a few key pointers, but those are the important ones.
That's pretty solid there, honestly. And now you're in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. You're there with Dr. Wayland. What are the things that you want to focus on? What are the top three things that you want to focus on that, like, if I learned this, like, it was worth it, my 90 days here while you're doing PMOE, basically your internship? I know Chairman calls it PMOE. What are the top three things that you're focusing that is, like, if you have those tools, you're going to feel great going back to Florida?
Yeah. So one of the things actually that I have been learning through all this process, and literally I just saw it yesterday. Yesterday was my first day at the internship, is how to be like a business is a reflection of yourself. That's it. If the business is doing bad, there's something wrong with you. If the business is doing good, you're doing good. So like a business is a reflection of yourself. One of the things that I really want to focus on is how to be a great leader. Like I want to have a solid team around me to build them up so my business can thrive, and then I can accomplish my whole mission of being the chiropractor for the county. Also, I'm a big believer, and my relationship with God has been growing and growing every day. So how to be the man and the leader that God has intended me to be, or what's the purpose that God has for me. If I really can achieve those two things and learn those two things from Dr. Wayland, I will say that, I'm complete.
That's a win. That is great, honestly. And that's exactly what happened to me over there in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I came like literally closer to God. Like he literally baptized me in the middle of a river over there. It was insane. And I like the leadership aspect that you say, because sometimes I just go to Dr. Wayland's office, and I just actually recorded an episode before you and I met. And it was like about sitting in his office, how I learned so much about leadership, how he interacts with his staff. But leadership is not interacting with the staff, but interacting with patients as well. So that is insane. Javi, as a student, you're still a student basically. When you what would you recommend to a student that is, halfway through the program or almost graduating? What are things that you should tell them they should focus on? Because, a lot of people are like, should I associate? Should I open? Should I even stay in the profession? That's what I'm hearing now a lot. So like, what do you recommend to those people?
I will say focus on yourself, work on yourself. Again, like a business is a reflection of how you do. So like work on your mindset. It's definitely hard to go from, oh, I don't have any money, I'm in student loans, I have X amount of debt, to open a business and be like, yes, it's going to be X amount of money for a care plan. You know what I mean? It's like completely opposite. And the faster that you get from point A to point B is going to be easier for you. So literally work on yourself, work on your mindset. And, in Sherman, we're very big into the philosophy, but finding what's your why and what's your purpose, like what's driving you. You cannot wake up every day without a why, because you're just going to be following the masses and following instructions. You know what I mean? If you have bigger goals, you have to have a bigger purpose to achieve that goal. That's the only thing that is going to basically move you forward. When it comes to like classes, I remember funny story. Dr. So, she was our biochem professor, and she's a really sweet lady. But her tests are the completely opposite. She's like, yes. So I was about to fail a class. I needed a 86 in the final. And I remember it was like 10 p.m. I was studying a Sunday before like the final that was Monday. And I just stepped out, started walking just to clear my mind. And I started praying. And I was like, God, You know that my mission is bigger. You know that I really just want to help and serve people. That's my whole goal. If you let me make this test, I promise that I'm gonna serve that purpose every single day in my life. And man, literally next day I went in the test needing a 86 and I made a 87. So it was like 1 point. But like that's a reflection of like literally if you have the right purpose and the right mindset, that's gonna basically carry you forward.
Yeah, and now it's your job to follow that purpose that you pray for. That's pretty cool. Well, Javi, thank you for being here. We're gonna keep doing this literally every week. I want to release something with Javi on his process because again, it's gonna be insane. We're just starting. He literally started yesterday, was his first day, and we're just excited to see the growth. I'll see you next week, Javi.
I'll see you next week.